kind of infrastructure projects would you like to see move forward for the port?
Infrastructure projects, well, obviously Microsoft's big expansion over there is continuing to move forward. We've got some other data centers that have made inquiries. You know, we're looking at some manufacturing type services, but from purely an infrastructure standpoint, you know, we're flexible and creative that we would try and accommodate, you know, the needs of a business or service that would like to locate our direction. But as far as just purely infrastructure, if we were to expand on that or speculate on that, I think if we just had some open storage available for folks, I think that would help our marketing efforts. But by the same token, you know, there's a funding cost that goes with that, and we're pretty creative in how we spend our money and how we obtain our money, but there's only so much you can do.
How is, in your opinion, the financial situation for the port?
For the port, I think we're, you know, in a very good financial position right now. When you look at the cash reserves that we have, we're sitting on just about $3 million right now. We've got second half taxes coming out in October with the assessed or the property tax assessments on the data centers. We expect an increase in our taxing revenues, as do the other districts within the Quincy market. So, you know, I think we're in a pretty good position that we can sustain ourselves, and we've got a good group of financial backers and lenders that have helped us facilitate projects for a number of years. So I think we're well positioned to accommodate some additional growth.
When you talk about growth, how much future expansion are you looking for?
Oh my goodness. You know, we've used up a big chunk of the port properties within the growth management boundaries. You know, we've still got acreage available. There's still acreage that we can go out and purchase, and then there's private sector acreages that you know, that could become available that you know, we could as a port be a facilitator rather than actually you know, doing the buying, the selling, the constructing.
Okay. What about the golf course? Should that be expanded?
It's kind of tough to expand that golf course. It has its limitations. You know, we've got good staff out there. We've got it's as green as any golf course out there. We're looking at possibly expanding the clubhouse or replacing the clubhouse. We've asked for some design work on what potentially makes sense there, but as far as actually expanding the golf course beyond the 18 holes or the ground that it sits on now, that would be difficult.
Okay. How do you see the future role for the port with Crescent Bar Island, considering all the changes that has come back?
Well, considering all the changes at this point in time, I'd have to say there probably is no role for us as a port. Our lease was terminated with the PUD. Obviously, they've got a program in place moving forward, which at this point doesn't include the port, but that's not to say that if they had some interest down the road, we'd be willing to visit with them.
Okay. With when we're talking about growth and expansion, do you have some priorities where you'd like to see more expansion in certain areas?
You mean as defined areas in Quincy?
Well, yes, priorities.
Well, yes, we do. I think you know, we represent the George market area, and while we have had some recent growth out there, I think we need to stay focused on the George market, the opportunities out there for expansion. We've still got some certainly some acreage available for within the Quincy immediate port area that we have room to grow. But I think long term and in the future, I think the George Market area would be a good place for us to focus on.
Okay. And due to the luxury of you being the only person talking to me today and being a port commissioner, I want to ask, what has been the proudest thing you've been able to accomplish while you've served as a commissioner?
Oh man, you know, again, that's one of those tough questions, because, you know, it's not one person that makes this happen. It's a team of three. But I think, you know, some of our proudest moments as a team have certainly been the ability to get the data centers interested, you know, in our market area, because from a revenue standpoint, not only to the port, but to the community, to the city, the number of jobs, you know, that they're projecting out there. You know, I have to say, from an immediate growth and having an immediate impact, I think, you know, the data center growth has been something that I think all three of commissioners can be proud of.
Great. One of the questions I'd like to ask is about public outreach. You were talking earlier about very few people come to the meetings, but you're always open. You've always got your doors wide for folks coming to talk to you. Is there any steps you could think of that might help reach out to the public?
Well, we post our meetings weekly, or each time we have a meeting or a current meeting coming up. Those all get posted. I think it comes down to interest within the community, and you know, to reach out to folks. I think you know, with the acquisition of the community center and the Heartland Pharmacy in Quincy, I think as people see what we as commissioners are trying to do to benefit the community, hopefully that'll create some excitement and some enthusiasm that you know, people will want to become involved, and I won't say have more of a say, but certainly hope we have their appreciation. But we always like to hear the input from the community, because we have no way to, you know, to measure ourselves as commissioners whether we're doing a good job or not doing a good job unless we get some input, and you know, that can only come from the community or the taxpayers. But I think when you look at the community as a whole, when you look at the you know, the Downtown Business Association, you know, the increase in our chamber membership, our chamber after hours, I think, you know, people are starting to appreciate and see what's going on in Quincy, the improvement that hopefully it's providing, not only now but long term, and certainly the future opportunities that people will take the initiative to look us up and be present, come to our meetings, and offer input. You know, that's our best way of having a feel for what the community wants, is to stay visible and listen.
Thank you. I have one last question. It's one I ask everybody running for office, so you're not being singled out here, although some people don't like it, but I still want to ask, why should people vote for you?
I think if you look at the track record since, you know, I've been a commissioner, we've done nothing but improve the community in terms of growth, whether it's new business, whether it's revenues to the port, to the city, jobs. I think certainly I want people to vote for me. I do want to be a commissioner, and I want to take you know, what we've started, move it forward, and build on that with you know, the opportunities that I think will come our way down the future. And again, I hope the community appreciates that, and they're willing to vote for me here in November.
All right. Thank you very much, Brian, for stopping by with us and taking the time and answering all these tough questions. I know it's campaign time, so you're used to it by now. We're going to have more episodes on more local elections throughout the week, so please try to catch them all before you vote. We greatly appreciate it. For iFiber One News, I'm Bill Stevenson.